Woo! Hey, glad to see you back. Glad you had enough interest to come see if old Rudy can get this scooter going. Tell you what I ran into. I ran into some carburetor issues. I decided I wanted to replace the carburetor. I'll show you more about that here in a moment. Meantime, I went ahead and took the fuel tank off of it. It was in okay shape. It was just really, really dirty. I thought it was rust. Turns out it was just a bunch of gunk. But we got it cleaned up. Looks good on the inside. Also went ahead and pulled, because it has sat idle for so many years, went ahead and took the oil tank off of it, flushed the oil lines, and tested the oiler to make sure it was providing oil for it. But before we get into all that, take a minute, do yourself a favor, do this young man a favor, and myself. I have enjoyed watching this young man. Check him out. Catch you later outdoors. The young man has his hands and his heart in the right place, and I'd like for you to support him. Meantime, let me get these tanks back on, and let's get into this carburetor and see if anybody gets to go for a ride today. Yeah! There's my old tank. I'm going to get me a little rattle can coat on that just to protect it going forward. See if we can put a little light down in there. I think we had a drastic improvement. Turn this light on the cleanliness of this tank. Turn on. That's looking pretty doggone good. Hey, let's put it on. Get my oil line back on. Get that tank down in there. I put that bracket up there so it wasn't laying in the way, but that's what holds the tank on. So let's get him loose. Because, well, I want to mount it while it's up here. That's why. Hurry up, it's per day. Take this thing for a spin. Now, got our tank mounted up. I want to reinstall this sensor back in this tank. I looked in the instructions. I wanted to make sure I relayed the proper information. You see this tab? It corresponds with this. Make sure you line that up. Finagle it down in that hole. That'll get you in the right position. Make sure your gasket's on there good. That'll lock that in. And we get this nut. This has an arrow, and the tank has an arrow. When you're done, those two arrows should be matching. So let's see if I can make it happen. That's not the way I found it, by the way. Not the way I found this installed. Get us a hammer and a punch, and we'll just ease it around. And lo and behold, look at there. Arrow and an arrow. Ding, ding, ding.
But I did use that chain. I used chain that was similar to that on the other tractor, and that thing doesn't get stuck anywhere. That thing pushes snow like crazy. So I think we're going to make a video on making snow chains also for this. Like I said, I want to thank the subscribers. Right now, I have it locked in, and I can't even get it out. I don't know if it's because of the vibration with the miter. It could be that. I'm not really sure.
I got my new carburetor. I started mounting it up. And I said, you know, I ain't even showing them what I'm doing or why. So why am I replacing that carburetor? Well, the original one, it had been sitting dormant 20 years. It was awful on the inside. I did my best to clean it up, but the deal breaker, the one thing, upon removal of this bolt, the threads of the carburetor came with the screw. Bonus. Hey, but the new one, they've kind of changed that design. Have I already run that? Yeah. They've changed the design, and it actually has nuts recessed in here. So I like that a whole lot better. But that's why I'm replacing the carburetor. I'm going to go ahead and run my wire for this choke assembly, I assume is the proper name to call it. Somebody will correct me if I'm wrong. They always do. Got our lead here. I always like to find the most unobtrusive way to route this stuff. Yeah. Let's plug him back up. I want to get done. Go for me a scooter ride. Plugged up. Wiring tucked away. Nice and neat. Get my isolator plate, whatever you want to call it. Insulator plate, isolator plate. Use your own terminology and be happy when you're done with it. But me, I'm happy to call it whatever you happy to hear it called. Project wouldn't be complete if we don't go on and replace all these lines. Get these pulled off. Trying to warm that up. It's a little cool this morning. And wrap me a piece down through here and out the other side. This is on the vent side, or the vacuum side, I might say. I'm gonna tell you, I'm pretty happy with that new fuel lines. They routed out pretty good. I ended up using a piece of this Tygon from a vent tube, bring you around to the other side. That neatened up pretty good. Now, if I can just figure out how to get all this plastic back on this scooter, we just might give it a ride today. Ain't looking good. It's been a minute since I took this apart. I don't remember how it go back together. What do you think? Got it down off the bench. Got most of the hardware put back on it too. It's gonna smoke, no doubt. Listen to me. We're gonna take it for a ride. It's gonna smoke. It's gonna smoke because I got oil already mixed in my fuel and I got the oiler hooked up also. Ain't gonna hurt it. Let me do this. This engine ain't run in a long hour. So let's give it a little love, a little bit of extra oil ain't gonna hurt nothing. And let's see if it'll pull me. I'm gonna go take it for a ride. There, I wrote it. Now, we can be done with all this foolishness. Be done with it.